Okay guys, so first things first, we want to get into the setup position. So the setup position is the position we're in upside down before we start rolling. So you don't want to be rolling or starting the movement until you're in that position, upside down and looking up at the sky. If you start rolling too early, you're not going to be in the correct start position and it will affect your roll. So Anushka's doing a right hand roll. So her right hand is holding the blade at the front of the kayak, and that is her out and away blade. So basically what's going to happen is she's going to slice the blade out and away from her kayak along the surface of the water. Yeah, along the surface of the water, combined with the hip flick movement that you've learned doing the T-rescue. So basically that the body, the hips, the abs, you're like most of the movement is from those areas of the body. Okay, so about 90%. With the paddle blade, you're just wanting to get it out and away from the kayak. So slicing like a knife through warm butter, yeah, through the water along the surface of the water. You do not want to be digging down with the paddle blade or shoveling water with the paddle blade. So you're holding it very loosely with your front hand. So in this instance, the right hand, when you roll, can you make sure that we see you roll so you don't roll on the other side, because then we're kind of blocked from seeing you? Yeah, that's perfect. So basically the setup position, don't roll over yet, but the setup position, she's tucking her body, in this instant doing a right roll to the left. If you just turn your kayak so we can just see your setup position a little bit better. Yeah. No, just don't roll yet, but just so we can see the setup position. Yeah, so she's putting her paddle blade in the water. Yeah, like that. Yeah, Anushka, can you just not roll and just get into the setup position?
No.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I don't want you to roll. Yeah, I just want you to get into the setup position, because I'm trying to do an explanation video.
Yeah, and I'm not having it.
So the setup position, you got the paddle blade parallel to the kayak, and you want to be pushing your hands into the water as far as you can, because that's going to translate to getting the paddle blade out of the water as far as you can when you're upside down. You want to be nice and relaxed in your wrists, so not gripping the paddle too hard, because when you're gripping the paddle too hard, that's going to make you pull down instead of slice out and away. Can you just show us the out and away movement? Yeah, so it's out and away from the kayak, slicing the paddle blade out and away. Perfect. Also in the setup position, you're going to have your left ear on your left shoulder. Perfect stuff. Cool. And you're going to be looking at your right blade, or the blade at the front of the kayak. You want to keep your eyes on that blade throughout the whole roll, because that forces your body to roll, to move with the stroke and to complete the motion. If you stop looking at that paddle blade as you slice out in the way, you're going to stop the movement. Cool. All right. Can we get one roll out of you? Just one more roll. That's all we need. That's all we need. And then I will explain the finished position. And then from the finished position, I will get in the water. And then you can film me. I know it's a lot to ask, but you're getting better at rolling.
Huh?
It's a lot to ask, but you're getting better at rolling.
It's not a lot to ask.
Okay. Cool bananas. Okay, so just make sure we can see you when you go over. Yeah. Okay, so in the setup, left ear on left shoulder, paddle blade parallel, relaxed, looking at the right paddle blade, the paddle blade at the front of the kayak, and going upside down when you're ready. She's waiting until her paddle blade's on the other side. Boom! Stay in the finish. Left hand on left shoulder, looking at the lead blade still. W with her arms. Now she's got her right ear on her right shoulder. So you start with your left ear on your left shoulder, finish with your right ear on your right shoulder. Your head comes up last, okay? So it's not about strength. It's about finesse, being relaxed, slow. It's all about technique. So don't try to muscle your way up. If you try to muscle your way up, it won't work. First things first, You don't want to be teaching rolling until you know the student is relaxed, they've got a good T-rescue. That means that they're able to chill out underwater, which is super important when learning the roll. Because if you're tensing up, you're not going to be able to do the movement. The first thing that I start with is just check the hip flick to see that they're not lifting their head and pushing down. So I just grab the paddle, put your hands on my hands. Now put your right ear on your hands. So put your right ear on your hands and bring the kayak over. Yeah. So I'll just start with that. I can really feel now if Elizabeth is using her hips or not. So now I just want you to roll up just using your hips. Ah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. That's really good. That's a good sign for me. If she was trying to push up, lift her head, then I would just continue practicing that a little bit until she's got that under control. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get you to cross your arms. Okay, and twist your body that way. Tuck around the kayak a bit. Okay, now I'm going to pull you back onto me. Okay, now what I want you to do is just use your hips to roll up. Okay, nice. Yep. Boom. Okay, that's the movement pretty much. Now I'm going to get you to grab your paddle. Cool. Hold onto your paddle. Now, if you can just get into the setup position for the right hand roll that I showed you before. So twisting to the side. Yep. Putting the paddle blade in the water. Parallel to the kayak. Paddle blade flat. Left ear on left shoulder. Looking at the lead blade, which is the blade at the front, which in this instance is the right. Relax your hands so that when you're under, you're going to be able to go out and away from the kayak. Out and away. This is the movement with the paddle. Out and away. Okay, cool. So this is the setup position. Now, when you're upright, you're going to be in your finished position. These are the two static positions that you can practice, but don't try to practice the roll while you're upright. The only way you practice the roll is by going upside down or over onto someone, like I'll soon show you. Just come up now. You're going to be finishing the roll like this. So now your right ear on your right shoulder. We're still looking at your lead blade. Yeah. Double you with your arms. Left hand on left shoulder. Just lean up a little bit. You don't need to be lying back so much. Yeah. Boom. Right ear on right shoulder. Looking at your lead blade. Down. Cool. This is the finished position. So once you've completed the roll and you're upright, you should be in this position. Coming back into setup position. Now, when I teach rolling, I try not to give the student more than 3 things because there's a lot to think about when you're upside down. Get into the setup position. Left ear on left shoulder. Looking at the lead blade. Relaxed. Blade flat. Cool bananas. I'm going to roll you back onto me now and just stay in this position. Now, this is a good position to get into before going upside down. So it's pretty much like a 2/3 setup, just with the head still out. You can grab the student's paddle, just see that they're relaxed. You're looking at the lead blade, looking at the lead blade. Now what I want you to do on 3 is just keep looking at the lead blade, stay nice and relaxed, and just flick your hips up into the finished position. Okay, 1, 2, 3, out. Boom, where are you looking? Boom, right ear, boom, awesome. That was really good. Sometimes you're really wrestling with the student. It's a real wrestling match. You get really tired afterwards. It's like a heavy lifting workout. We'll just do that again. Just do it 2 or 3 times. Left ear on left shoulder, paddle blade flat. You just want to do the checklist before you go over, because if you're not in a good setup position, you're not going to have a good roll. Boom, boom, boom. Coming over. Paddle blade up, parallel, relax. Looking at the paddle blade. 1, 2, 3, out. Left hand in, boom, boom, boom. Awesome. Okay, guys, so now we're going to go upside down. This is the next stage. So get into your setup position. Get into your setup position. Awesome. Paddle blade in the water, nice and relaxed. Looking at the paddle blade, left ear on left shoulder. Okay, I'm going to tip you over. You're going to come out on the other side. Stay in your setup position. I'm going to grab your paddle, and when I tap, I want you to roll. What I want you to concentrate on is, just before, stay relaxed, looking at your lead blade, and flick your hips. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Over. Now, the student might just start rolling like this, but that's okay. Then just tip them back up, and we'll start again. Make sure you avoid the paddle because they might hit you in the head. Very common. So just try to stay in that position and just don't try to move until I grab your paddle and tap. Okay, so you're going to be under for about 3 seconds before anything happens. just stay in your setup position. That was a really good example though. Boom. Are you relaxed?
Oops.
1, 2, 3. Okay, hopefully she stays in. Yep. Then you can grab the paddle, tap, roll, down. She started rolling a bit early, but that's okay. You see she comes up, I grab the paddle because I'm assisting her now, and I only gave her 3 things to think about. Relax, looking at the lead blade as I bring it out for her so she doesn't have to think about that, and flick the hips, okay? I might mix that up as we progress, so I might say instead, concentrate on bringing your left hand to your left shoulder, or concentrate on your out and away, and so on and so forth. But don't give them more than 3 things at once. Okay, into the setup. Boom. 1, 2, 3. So bring this one up, slice, boom. Try to just wait a little bit, okay? And a good tip I'm going to give you is just really relax.
Okay.
Holding that paddle really wobbly. You don't need to be gripping. As soon as you grip, you're going to pull down.
Yeah.
You bring your weight down. Try to keep your eyes on the right paddle, on the front paddle, the lead paddle, because that forces you to keep your head down and it forces your body to complete the movement. Okay, get into your setup position. I'm just don't try and move or roll until you hear that tap, okay? 1, 2, 3, over. Now, slice, you're good. Nice, where are you looking? Boom, good stuff. Nice to see how you saved that, because you come up and you're looking that way and then you're like, aha, okay, yep, boom. So that's gonna all meld into a more seamless, fluid movement. Cool. All right, that's good. Now, once she's doing that well, I'm gonna go from the back and just give her a little bit of assistance. So, you get into your setup. Okay, what I'm gonna do is tap for when I want you to roll. Remember, relax, slicing that paddle blade out and away from the kayak and flicking your hips. Relaxing, slicing that lead blade out and away from the kayak, flick your hips. 1, 2, 3, over. So now I'm going to give a little bit of assistance, but she's not being in her setup position. So Elizabeth, stay in your setup position, okay?
Yeah.
You're moving. As soon as you're going over, you're moving and you're coming out of your setup, and that's going to prevent you from being able to roll. So just really stay in the kayak, stay in the position. Do not move until I tap the kayak, and then what I want you to do is you're going to be slicing that paddle blade out and away from the kayak, okay? Looking at the paddle blade, flicking your hips, okay? Just relax. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Boom. Okay, that's great. What I saw there is she's not getting into her setup position correctly. So her paddle blade is not parallel, it's about there. So what we'll do is we'll backtrack now. Make sure that your paddle blade is here. So you're going to be holding here, paddle blade out, and then you're going to slice out. Okay, slice out. I am going to assist you now. Hold onto your paddle.
Pause. Do you want a nose clip?
It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, into the setup position. Now really concentrate on what I'm doing with your right hand, with the lead paddle blade. Keep your eyes on this paddle blade. Really concentrate what I'm doing. Just relax and flick your hips. 1, 2, 3, over. So bringing that one up. Slice. Boom. Yeah, that's much better. Much better. Did you feel that slicing out and away? Because guys, can you pass me your paddle? Paddle starts here, slices out and away. By the time it's out to 90 degrees from your paddle, you should be up, okay? So a sweep roll, it all starts simultaneously. So you start the sweep, you're looking at your blade, you're flicking your hips, you're bringing your left hand into your left shoulder, and then you're finishing, boom, okay? Cool. Time out. Awesome. Okay, so rolling, like I was going through, set up, like so. Don't go under until you check everything off. So left arrow, left shoulder, relaxed, looking at the lead blade, and I'm a little bit forward and really wrapped as much as I can. The more I can wrap around the kayak, the more I can unwrap. Okay, so checking those things off. And just quickly remember, I'm coming up. When I'm up at my finish, left hand on left shoulder, right ear, right shoulder, looking at my lead blade. Now I'm going to show you real quick. So, tick, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tick. Okay.
Pop, pop, pop.
Huh?
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah. And we'll just do one more. We'll just do one more. You can hang out for a little bit under there. Okay. Cut. Nice. Cool.